れがレクイエム。
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Show back with another video, and today we're talking about Demon Slayer.
Within the blaze burns a young man's determination.
Now here's the thing, with this Demon Slayer game, there's a lot of different hype out for it now. It's honestly becoming, as far as the anime community is concerned, it's becoming one of those very, very overly hyped games. Obviously Kakarot was an overly hyped game, but I would definitely like to say that Kakarot it more or less lived up to the hype, especially with that last DLC. It ended up living up to the hype for me. The DLCs were, some of them were okay, some of them were really great, like the Trunks one. But the reason why I bring up Kakarot is just only because that Kakarot is actually made by the same studio that's actually doing this Demon Slayer game, CyberConnect 2. You also may know them, you probably know them more for doing the Naruto.Story franchises. Now there's a couple of things with this I feel like is really going to be good with this game. The story mode. I think the story mode is going to be fantastic. I think it's going to be phenomenal. Even the actual gameplay of fighting and stuff, I think is going to be good. A lot of people has been saying that, okay, hey, it looks like Naruto Ninja Storm. And the thing about doing something like that, right, is that when you make a game and you say, it's going to be one of the most popular new franchises, and we're going to actually just make this fighting game off of it. We're going to be kind of building on the system we implemented in games like Naruto Ninja Storm. Let's just stop right there. Now, I don't know if you guys have played Naruto Ninja Storm. If you're watching this video right now, I'm pretty sure you've played it or at least tried it, or maybe it wasn't really your game. The thing is, you don't really mess with Naruto Ninja Storm. Ninja Storm is a certified hood classic, guaranteed. If you didn't get your runs in with your local neighborhood kids, you had a bad childhood. It just is what it is. Now, was Ninja Storm like the most balanced game? No, it definitely was not a very balanced game. But back in the day, we didn't care about games being balanced. I mean, games coming out now like Fighters, obviously those are for Evo. Those are for the Evo guys. And I can't really knock the Evo guys because I kind of understand where they're coming from. But me personally, I feel like, yeah, we just want sometimes we just want a game we want to play with our friends. We don't want to have to get really competitive in. I'm actually a big fan of Fighters, but that's really not the point of the video. The point of the video is talking about, will Demon Slayer live up to the hype? And you really can't say that Demon Slayer really has no hype, because for one, it's one of the most craziest booming manga franchises and anime franchise right now. They just had a banger movie, which honestly just felt like a couple of episodes from the show, but I digress. But it's just an amazing amount of hype, and I actually am glad that they actually got CyberConnect 2 to do this one, because a lot of the anime games lately have been coming out have been very, very bad. I was actually scared when they announced this game. I was scared it was going to actually look like One Punch Man. And One Punch Man actually doesn't look bad. The gameplay is horrendous. I talk about a lot on this channel. I hate that game with a passion. I do feel like people did do hard work on it, but I feel like it could have been tweaked to be just a better game. They probably needed a little bit more developers on that side. But like I said, not the point of the video. The main point of the video is that Demon Slayer has all this hype surrounding it, but can CyberConnect to capitalize on it? So I've been following it, here and there. I've been looking to kind of see any information I can get. I haven't really been following it really closely, because normally when a game comes out I'm really excited, and I don't like to see trailers, because trailers like to spoil the entire game for me, so I don't really like to watch trailers. But I do feel as though it's gonna be a good game. Normally for CyberConnect 2 actually doing the game, that's one plus. From the game actually looking like it may be using the engine that they use on Storm, that's another plus. And we'll get to that in just a second. And another plus is just the story, man. The story looks amazing. It actually looks really nice. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know where they were gonna go with this route, because some of the Naruto Storm games don't really have a compelling story, but it looks like this one is airing the way of the Kakarot with a really in-depth story. So I'm definitely gonna be excited for that. Because mainly for me, when I play a fighting game, I really like to look at the story. So I'm a big fan of stuff like Mortal Kombat and some of the older Storm games, some of the older Tenkaichi games. It doesn't have to be the most technical, balanced game. It could just be something that's really fun to me. The thing about CyberConnect 2 is that I can really see them putting something together. Like they're really good with using the source material that they have, and really expanding on it, really making it better. I really loved what they did to Kakarot. I love what they did with the Naruto Storm game. I know they actually made a couple of more games that I've played, but I can't really name them at this moment. I really want to talk off the strength of just knowing those games specifically, because if I do research and it's not a game I know, I can't really talk to it. You know, I can't really vouch for Cyber Connect 2 for those games. But as far as I go, they have not made a bad game to me. So I definitely am looking forward to that. Now, this is the part where I ask you the question. So it looks like from what I've seen, there isn't really any demon characters. This video might be recorded before they announce some, so they might end up announcing some, and then this video might end up being recorded beforehand. Just to let you know, in case some are out and you see this video and it's like, okay, well, they just announced demon characters. It might actually be recorded in advance, so don't quote me too heavily on this, but it seems like there is no demon characters available. Now, this is actually a really big controversy as far as like me and my group of friends go. Me personally, I kind of understand where they're coming from, because in the original Naruto.Storm, they had I would say they had a good amount of characters. They had a really impressive roster, but there were characters that I felt like were missing. Some characters I really didn't think they were going to include. Some were DLC. But the thing that kind of interested me was, as far as the demons are concerned, this game seems to be covering, I think, everything up to the train saga. So this is actually pretty deep into Demon Slayer. So it should cover the entire first anime. So it really would make no sense to include some of the lower demons that they fought. I guess you could, but in games like Storm, they like to carry those characters, you know, forward. So they'll probably end up putting more demon characters in the second game, where, you know, you can actually get to some of the stuff that's in the manga right now that we really can't see. So I'm not really upset. It's still a buy for me, because I'm looking for a nice new anime game to play and make content on. So it's definitely a buy for me. I don't know about you, but if there's something that you feel like you can't live without, if they don't have the demon characters in there, me personally, I love playing as Demon Slayers. So, you know, I would love to actually play as the Demon Slayer. So this really doesn't bother somebody like me. I can kind of live without it. But with that being said, like I said, I want to know, is this something that you really can't live without? You know, a lot of times we like to call, you know, games on their mess. If we feel like they're being lazy or something, you know, we like to call them out. So let me ask you this: you feel like Cyber Connect 2 is being lazy? Do you think that they don't really need demon characters in there? From what I've seen of the actual like character roster map, obviously they're gonna have DLC. This isn't like the old days where they didn't have a lot of DLC. I think Storm 1 even had DLC, so we're definitely gonna get DLC fighters from the way the character map looks. But what I want to know from you guys is that a real deal breaker for you? Is something like, you know, not having no demon characters a really deal breaker for you? For me personally, no, it's not. I'm a big fan of Demon Slayer. I'm not like the greatest fan, you know, I don't know why it even got so popular off that one scene, but I could definitely tell you for a fact I'm definitely getting this game. I was ready and waiting for a new game to come out. Hopefully Cyber Connect 2 can just keep throwing out bangers, you know, because I kind of thought they were washed, because they made a Storm series, and me personally, I don't know what other games they've made, but you know, definitely not washed. Came out Kakarot, just killed every competition. So hopefully we'll break this trend where Dragon Ball Z and Naruto gets all the good games, or really Dragon Ball Z, because the Naruto games have been So that being said, guys, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video.